I heard it.
Bang
okay.
Bang on a string, you better get
I'm sorry, what's the Pokemon?
Before we lost it. We lost our Manoodle.
Hey, Chief, what's the Pokemon?
Basculin? That was the most dangerous game I ever did.
Okay.
It got
Story
me.
checks out.
It actually got me.
It did, but he didn't get it before I got you.
3, 2, 1. Go Nintendo Podcast, Webisode 550, the Basculin Podcast.
Don't mind me working on my buffet over here.
Mom brain?
Basculin. Like masculine.
It's very Basculin.
It's very Basculin of you.
I really like him.
Honestly,
Yeah, phone, look it up.
you're right.
He's number 550. Basculin is not known to evolve into or from any other Pokemon. It does have two different appearances. Red striped form, which has a red stripe and irises with a round eye and spiky fins, and a blue striped form, which has a blue stripe and irises with a slit eye and smooth fins. The red stripe looks a little less angry, in my opinion, than the blue stripe. The body of both red and blue striped Basculin are the same. They have a green ovoid body.
I don't know how I feel about this.
I think he looks so mean and grouchy. Tapering off to the rear
Your type of Pokemon.
to a trapezoidal tail fin. Thick black stripe covers the top of their body from mouth to tail.
Where?
With a white
And
dorsal.
that's the sound that they
And
make.
that's it. That's how they sound. Pardon me. With a white dorsal fin with 4 protrusions resembling spikes. Their lower jaw juts ahead of their upper jaw with a small indent near the edges of their mouth. Both forms have 3 black dots on both sides of their body behind their pectoral fins.
I heard 2 car doors. Just putting it out there.
Uh-oh.
Or I heard one opening and closing.
Let's see for this.
Grant and Chris.
Who?
Kirby and Chris.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Insurance policy.
Mom brain, please, focus.
The main difference between the two forms of Basculin is the color of the stripe that separates the black and green on their body. Both forms of Basculin have fins in the same places, with one on top of their body ahead of the tail fin, one below the body ahead of the tail fin, and 2 side fins. However, red striped Basculin have jagged fins that resemble, this is awful, tridents, whereas blue striped Basculin have smooth fins all around. Red striped Basculin have circular red eyes, while blue striped Basculin have narrower blue eyes. Both forms of Basculin are extremely hostile, especially towards their opposite form. Red and blue striped Basculin generally start fighting each other on sight.
Whoa.
However, on rare occasions, one form may swim with the other's school. Basculin are also consumed by humans and considered very delicious.
Really? It says that?
Mm-hmm.
So humans are eating those?
Yeah.
I guess
It
that
is
makes sense.
a rare occurrence. No, don't take that.
Oh, sorry.
Only because
It's
it's
a
the
special
cat. Do you want me to move the chair over there?
Wait, what's it for?
It's for the
The
cat.
cat, because he sleeps on it.
It's his throne.
Because if he doesn't sleep on it, he's an asshole. But I can get you the other chair.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Sorry.
How dare you touch the cat's chair?
Don't mind me.
Like the king.
And then there's Julie, who sits on it and does anything anyway because she just doesn't care. So thank you for caring, Kirby.
A caring
I
Kirby.
care deeply about Comanche.
You looked at him like, what's that thing's name?
Yeah, I care deeply
I care
about
deeply about that cat.
that fur man over
Did I
there.
say that?
My friend.
Oh,
Can I
sorry.
finish?
Is there more? There's so
Oh,
much
the
detail
fur.
about these
It's
Basculin.
terrible.
Sorry, I'm late, by the way.
Oh, you're not late. It's what, 2 minutes?
They're cutting into my buffet.
That's how long. That's how long this
So
Pokemon
sorry, Mom Brain.
explanation's been
That's
going
good, by the
on.
way.
Thanks. I just finished a long run. So I'm very hungry. He's a water type Pokemon.
Hungry.
50% male, 50% female. Its abilities include reckless or adaptability in its red stripe form, rockhead or adaptability in blue stripe form,
It's true.
mold breaker is its hidden ability. They are 3 feet.
That's
I'm
the
guessing
jerk.
long, right?
That's
they're not
the one.
They're not 3 feet high. They're 3 feet long, right?
The Basculin is 3 feet high.
And about 40 pounds. A 40-pound fish.
Ding dang, they can feed your family for weeks.
Right? And they're delicious, apparently.
So it's a lot of
That's
fish.
40 pounds. Ew, you'd be like so sick of fish by the time you were done with just one of those. Fash.
Sometimes you don't worry
So
about
stack
taste.
of
Sometimes
fash.
you just worry about hunger.
So, well, I mean, yeah, if there's
Right now.
I talked about the swamp people of the Pokemon world before and how they eat them. And I'm
Yes.
pretty sure they probably feed their family for weeks, maybe holidays. They cut one of those up.
You'd be the family member that's like, I'm not eating anymore, Basculin mother.
I am the family member that doesn't eat the
Basculin.
seafood though at Christmas Eve because you have to do like the 7 fishes, Italian people,
Oh,
and then
that's
like
Italians.
I'm sitting there in the
My family's done that
corner.
too, actually.
I'm like, I'm just gonna sit here and eat pasta in a corner because I'm that shark.
Don't you want more scallops?
This is me
Oh, I do
eating
love a
pasta.
scallop.
Like I can
That's delicious,
eat
though.
one of each, and then I'm done.
Yeah, I hear
But
ya.
I can't like go.
I'm that way
ham.
with pork roll. I can have 2 pieces well done, and then I start to get grossed out.
I'm so
This is
sorry.
your last shot.
My wild Italian gesticulating is ruining it.
My brain
Wait,
is
there's
that
a word for that?
That
For the
is-
hand
It's
motions?
gesticulating.
Gesticulating.
Kirby,
I-
you learned
I
something
finally
new.
know
That's
what
what
it is.
Italians do.
Yes, exactly. Chris
Hold
gets
on.
it.
Leave me to eat.
You said you're all done?
Yeah, like
I thought you said hold on and you were
Oh.
eating.
I'm trying to. I gotta do music, and I'm trying to
She's
log into the
prepping.
chat, but now everything's just spinning.
She's got to eat her buffet.
Hi, everybody. I'm on brain.
Yeah.
Hi. Hi, Kirby.
Hey.
Hi, PC.
Hi.
Happy Pokemon Day, everybody.
Ooh, yeah.
It's
Oh,
Pokemon
that's
Day.
today?
It is today?
Today's Pokemon
The day
Day.
of the show? That's great.
Oh my
Um,
goodness.
Today is Pokemon Day.
Oh my god.
At the
Oh my
Nintendo,
Lord.
it's not the Nintendo World Store anymore. It's called the Nintendo Store NY, which makes you think they're going to open up other ones, but that's just what it's called right
Why
now.
wouldn't I?
It is Pokemon Day there, and they're celebrating with like all kinds of special Pokemon festivities and all kinds of special merchandise and big party. So there's lots of people there right now. Maybe some of you are there or were there, and you're just listening to the podcast later this week. So I hope you had a fun time. And today, technically today,
Yes.
Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, and Green came out on the 3DS Virtual Console. So it's the first time, well, North America's Red, Yellow, and Blue. But it's the first time any original mainline Pokemon games have released on the Virtual Console. First time
Yeah, that's
ever.
right.
There's been spin-offs re-released, like Ranger and
Look at that.
Snap and stuff like that. But as far as main Pokemon stuff, this is the first time ever. So that's what our Twitter question is about today. I decided to ask you guys, since it's the original Pokemon games, what your favorite Pokemon is of the original 151. So if you haven't answered that yet, you can go to the post on GoNintendo for the podcast, and the Twitter question is right there below it, and let us know your favorite Pokemon. But like I said, it has to be the original 151.
I don't even know.
Well, you have a whole show to think about it, so maybe you can figure it out.
Okay.
You can look it up on your phone and pretend like you know one, and be like,
Whoa.
and then spout off like a Wikipedia answer as if it's your own.
No, I'm gonna go based on the ones I liked when I was 7, and I watched it like before school every day, and then I'd be like,
That's-
whatever one was the cutest, which is how I make all my decisions.
Yeah. That's kind of.
I remember.
Pokemon, Friends,
That's how we're
Wow.
all friends.
yeah. I looked.
I
at
thought
my
you were
brain, and I was
relating.
like,
I thought you were relating Pokemon the show to Friends the show. I was
no,
like,
gross.
I used to pick my favorite Pokemon and my favorite friend.
No,
I remember
favorite old person.
watching the Pokemon anime before school when I was on my way to high school.
Well, I
Same.
was on my way to tiny school, probably like 3rd grade.
I remembered reading in a magazine about Pokemon in Japan, and then they brought the cartoon here before the games came out. And I remembered watching the cartoon, and I was like, man, I think this is going to be really popular. And here we are 20 later, still talking about it.
Yeah.
And it's still new. The cartoon's still new. They have new seasons every year. So, oh, look who's joined the chat.
Oh, it's a G-Man.
G-Man, sir, has joined the
Daisy hater.
chat. Hello to SD
D
Hero
hater.
and Link Triforce and Metasav and Rosathi and Rocket and Chris 640 and G-Man, sir, and Matt the Game Freak and
G-Man,
Ragnarok
sir.
and Rob and Rosalina and Blue Husky and whoever else I can't see in there. Thank you for joining us.
Rosalisa.
Rosalisa. I know much about Nintendo, like Rosalisa, the princess.
I was gonna try and spat off an insult, and then I messed it up. So
I
now I'm
love
gonna sit quietly in my
Rosalisa
own
and
shame for a
Princess
little
Dorsey.
while. Princess Peach.
G-Man Star enters the chat. The first thing he says is hashtag down with Daisy. He's trying to get a hashtag trending.
Listen,
Trending
the hashtag,
number one worldwide trending topic.
hashtag my butt. Listen, I'm not taking any of that Daisy sass.
Hello,
I love Dorsey.
Red Dragon
It's
and
been
Ginger
happening for
King.
like 5 minutes.
Okay, so close it and do it again.
So sassy.
What do you want me to do? I'm trying to do a show here. It's Pokemon Day. We're supposed to be talking about Pokemon.
Pokemon
Brain, what's
Day.
your favorite Pokemon?
I was already talking about Pokemon. What's the one
Always
that has
Pokemon.
that's the little pony one?
I said the original 151.
Oh.
I don't know.
I don't think Ponyta is the original 151.
I wanna
Yeah,
say-
I forgot about Ponyta.
It could be
I
wrong.
want to say it is.
I'm not really a Pokemon master. Somebody tell me, is Ponyta one of the original 151? Or no, you're talking about Keldeo. Or Keldeo. Right? The one that kind of looks like a unicorn?
Yeah.
Keldeo.
Yeah, she's talking about Keldeo. I know that's not a original 151. Maybe Ponyta is. But it was the wrong one. My mistake.
I'll look it up. I mean,
My
like, I'll tell you
mistake.
who I love.
Yeah.
G-Man Star says, why do people think Jinx is sexy? If you're not familiar with what Jinx Pokemon looks like, look it up.
I know.
Oh, I know. And I
I
do think
know.
it's sexy.
Rule
I
34.
get into it all the time.
If you don't know what Jinx looks like, please look up Rule 34.
She's like a. If you put a, I don't know, Jessica Rabbit costume
Malakalo
on
says-
a piece of coal.
Malakalo says Ponyta is original 151,
Oh.
but Keldeo is not.
I'm
All
pretty
right, so-
sure, I think I know what my
ask
brother's
us.
favorite is.
I was going to ask you later. Your brother's
Oh.
favorite?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's either Farfetch'd or what was it, Abracadabra?
So he likes
Abracadabra.
Pokemon that hold things. Doesn't Farfetch hold like,
Yeah, like it's like a leak or something.
yes, a leak, and Abracadabra holds the spoons.
I really like
Weird.
Ninetales.
Ninetales is pretty. I agree.
Well,
No.
I was gonna say my favorite was Eevee. So.
Eevee's good.
Eevee.
Um,
I had a stuffed one when I was
and what's my favorite?
Aw. What is your favorite?
Squirtle.
Mr. Mime.
I was gonna say that, but I wasn't sure if it was
Because
real.
Mr. Mime's so weird.
I
I
wasn't-
wasn't sure if it's real.
Yeah.
All Pokemon are real.
No, I wasn't sure if I dreamt that in a dream or if you mixed it with
In
someone
a
else.
dream, you loved Mr. Mime. You lived together.
Listen,
Every night I dream about Ramit's favorite Pokemon.
yeah. Listen, Bromede, I had a dream and it concerned you and a Pokemon touching in a way.
Hello,
Yeah.
Silver.
It isn't Christian.
So I will read your favorite Pokemon from the 151 and why later on.
Well,
Like
it's
I said,
actually Rapidash.
that's
Oh.
a Twitter question for later. So like I said, just go answer the Twitter question and we will
Yeah.
read your answer later. We want to know your favorite one and why, not just your favorite one. G-Man Sir says, why can Mr. Mime be female? Play circle activated. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Thing on a string.
So I hope all of you are enjoying your Pokemon fun. Because we got a lot more Pokemon 20th anniversary stuff going on. Okay. Thank you. So yes, there's much more to come, and we'll be talking about Pokemon news later in the show, of which I'm sure you already know what we're going to discuss, but we'll pretend like you don't know. All right, let's get to regular news.
Me either.
You
And
do
you know
know.
what
You
chances
talked to
are?
me about it already.
Huh? What?
Your ex-boyfriend was like, hey, are they going to talk about...
Oh, Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Yes. Well, now you ruined it.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Everybody knows it already. Anyway.
Sorry, everyone.
Yeah, I think I saw that on the
Except for
site, and the
G-Man,
first thing I thought of was the kite.
Yeah, that's what I thought of too, right?
Aw.
Somebody else said these new Pokemon games are awesome. It was somebody on Facebook. I don't remember who it was, but they had a picture of the logos and they changed it to Pokemon Raw and Pokemon SmackDown. Pokemon Raw all the way, obviously. All right, so let's get to this week's top stories. There were some really interesting ones, some more rumor-related ones, some other ones that were confirmed, and a rumor that's exclusive to GoNintendo, which we will talk about much later, not because I'm like an asshole and it's like, you know, this food kills your baby, tune in at 11 to find out.
Or
It's because it's the most recent top story, and we work backwards. The Witness is out on Wii U, or no, it's not. The Witness is out on PS4 and PC. It's the puzzle game by Jonathan Blow, who did Braid.
Jonathan Braid, who did Blow.
It's the Myst-like game that
Oh, yes.
has a lot of
Myst.
dot line puzzles. I don't know how to describe it. You walk around and explore like Myst, but puzzles are very clearly marked, so you don't have to wander around and say like, does this seashell fit into this dolphin's butt, or other weird puzzles
Is that
from
the one I
Myst?
helped you with?
Yes.
Also, word of warning: it'll make any
give
other
you
people
headaches.
in the room like motion sick.
You guys are not the only ones that have complained about motion sickness with the
I
game.
figured other people.
I know
the
he
same
said he
problem.
was working on a patch for it. I don't know if that patch has come out or not, but he addressed it like right away when it came out because people were saying it, and he's like, "I'm terribly sorry. I'll work on it to change how the movement is
Sorry, I made you all
processed."
barf.
But
Hey, are you gonna? We'll talk about it later.
no, let's talk now.
Are you gonna play Firewatch?
Firewatch.
Oh, she's talking to you.
Yeah,
she
she
said
said
Kirby.
Kirby.
Sorry.
It's not all about you, Romy. Jeez.
No, I
talking?
probably won't have time to finish
Is
it
it me?
today,
Echoing?
but
Then I'm gonna start my own game because I need to know what happens.
but yeah, I would like to finish it sometime
Well,
eventually.
you don't have a lot of time left, to tell you the truth, but I don't want you to run.
You don't know.
You're on your way out, Kirby.
We did celebrate Twin Peaks Day this week.
Well, anyway, The Witness.
Pokemon Day.
If you wanted to come out on Wii U, unfortunately, that's not going to happen. But
Sorry.
good news is an NX release is possible. Mr. Blow on Twitter said, it is unlikely that we could do it on Wii U, but we will see about the next Nintendo console. So once we get details, there are select third parties that know some specific details about the NX as of right now. They might know specifications of the hardware, and they might have some dev kits or something like
You're
that.
gonna get it. Good job. You're almost there.
But for those that are only listening, Mom Brain's waving a cat toy in my face.
And it's very
It's
distracting.
not just a cat toy.
And I want to
It's
get
a
it
thing
so
on a
bad.
string.
What is it?
It's a thing on a string.
It's a thing on a string.
And what do you have to do?
So
You better get it before it gets.
can I?
worse.
We have a jam-packed show today.
Yeah, Jim packed my butt.
So the game could come to NX. We have to wait for the I don't want to say not lesser, just smaller developers, the indie developers, to get the specifics on the Wii U. So he just needs time to see if it's feasible. And then, we don't know the distribution methods for NX or anything like that. So there's a lot of details that need to be known, but at least he's already open to it. Tyler Treese has the top-rated comment. And he says, oh, by the way, thanks to you guys for using the top-rated comment stuff. I like seeing that. I didn't even know we had it until you guys started doing it. Tyler Treese says, A, you have no clue how much work it takes to port a game, especially to a less powerful system like Wii U. B, it made $5 million in its first week, so apparently $40 isn't too expensive because people are buying it. I'm sorry that you... Oh, he's answering someone else here. I'm sorry that you don't value enough games enough to spend money on them. C, his name is Mr. Blow. Show some respect towards someone much smarter than you. Well, he's obviously...
Snap!
He's responding to somebody else in here.
Not so top-rated comment.
I want to see who he's talking to. All right, so CSP had the comment that he's responding to.
Boy.
And CSP says, translation, we believe it is not cost-effective to even write a single line of code porting it over. By the way, I am tired of hearing Mr. Bard blaming piracy for its abysmal sales. A $40 digital game is too damn expensive to sell well enough. It did sell very well. That is also true. There's a reason why Tyler Treese's comment is the top-rated comment. I don't like when people are like, this is a digital game. It shouldn't be this much money just because it's only digital. That really irks me. It doesn't sit well with
Grind
me.
your gears?
There's another indie developer that was talking about the pricing of his game. And he was like, yeah, my game's going to be $15 and people are bitching about it. And he said, you know what? I feel my game that I've spent 6 years making is worth the same amount of money that you pay for a Nickelback poster at one of their concerts. And everybody's like, oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, remember when, like...
No offense to Nickelback fans. I'm not siding with either. I like plenty of Nickelback songs. And Mom Brain and I really liked one of their songs. And we didn't even know it was Nickelback. It was one of the intros to Raw for a number of years.
Oh, boy.
What one was it?
I just want to be one of
No,
loved.
not that one. That was another band that I didn't realize it was. That was Papa Roach.
You better watch your...
We're going out tonight.
Oh,
Whatever. it is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Remember hearing that live and we were like, yeah! The Raw songs used to be so great when you go live and they play them and everybody's singing along and the fireworks go off. It's great. Now they got this crap Raw song.
It's so funny that you actually like a couple of Nickelback songs.
Yeah, I got
You're the
no
guy who
problem.
used to like go around wearing a Creed Sucks shirt.
I did.
Oh, God.
I've changed
Did you
it.
look at that
You know,
photograph?
I was younger. I was
Every time
dumber.
you did it, it made you laugh.
I've evolved much like the Pokemon has. And I didn't have a Creed Suck shirt. I had an N Suck shirt.
The what?
It was
Whoa!
NSYNC, but in their NSYNC font.
I think I had one.
Didn't
like
you have a
that.
Creed Sucks
Maybe I
shirt?
did.
I could have sworn I saw you wearing one.
Well, I'd like to officially
So
say that
juvenile
I am embarrassed to have worn those in my late teenage, early 20s years, and I apologize
In my
for it.
late 20s,
No, I understand.
early 30s years.
But getting back to the topic, I was just gonna say, remember when like all games were either $30 or $60, like regardless of the quality or length of the game?
Yes, I do. And I remember when Super Nintendo games were
I'm not saying kids are like you know
Yeah.
too whiny these days.
Remember when
Kids are
Super
too
Nintendo
whiny
games
these
were like
days.
$90, or like $95? I remember like looking
What?
at because cartridges were expensive to manufacture. Like Turtles in Time,
Tell
when
me,
that originally
Papa,
came
of the
out, that was like
times of old.
$75, and I was like, oh my god, that's pretty expensive.
Don't
But
get
then
me
stuff
started.
like some Square Enix games came out and they were $90, and I was like, oh, I hope things don't
And then there
continue
was the
this way.
Neo Geo, where you had to pay $200 for a cartridge. Somehow people bought it.
Zero Skill 3D says, wow, RMC's musical taste is suspect. I just, I'm open to liking whatever.
The man
And
likes what he likes.
You
He
would
likes what
never
he likes.
have heard it were it not for Raw, and you might not have liked it, even if
Oh,
you
I
had
def-
heard
it
it out of
definitely-
the context of going.
yes, it ties to a memory for me now. It's the beginning of Raw, and it gets you pumped up. I stand by it.
So yeah, basically any song that reminds Raw Meat of wrestlers is
Well, no, because the theme that's on Raw
It's on his
now,
playlist.
I don't like at all.
Oh,
I
okay.
really hate it. I don't think it gets you
Yeah, I'm
pumped
not
up
a
enough.
fan.
What is
Neither.
the song now?
It's something
I
lame.
can't remember because
yeah,
it's so boring.
so forgettable.
yeah, it really is.
I can see the intro perfectly in my head, and I can't even think of the
I just
song.
like Roman Reigns, Roman Reigns.
Was
Why
that,
don't
was
you
that
guys
Roman
like
Reigns to the theme of
Roman
Gummy Bears?
Reigns?
Roman Reigns.
Rolling here and there and everywhere.
Super punches are beyond compare.
Oh, very good.
I've
all
been
right.
composing that in my spare time.
I'm very happy to talk about something that we talked about last week, but I'll talk about it again, and I'm still just as happy. We are working with the lovely Austin of Eggbusters fame.
Name of Austin.
Name of
And he
Austin.
is working, name of Austin. He's working on the return of Eggbusters, Eggbusters EX Season 2. And his first episode for, I don't want to say for us or with us, but the first episode from our partnership
Where he talks
is
about us.
The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. So he checks out some famous glitches and stuff in that game, and you get to see him take them on. But it's a 2-part episode. So if you haven't seen part 1, go back and check that out. And part 2 is out today. It might be out live on YouTube right now. I'm not sure. We're going to post it on the site later tonight. But please, go watch his stuff. I cannot stress enough how much I love it.
We
And I
watched
showed
yesterday.
it to 2 people yesterday that have never seen his work
I
before, and they seem
love-
to enjoy it.
I love that boy.
And one of them said,
It's good
I loved
stuff.
it so much, I'd like to Snapchat in my butt.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. And he turned it down. But, you
He's
know,
got
that's,
too many butts.
you have to be respectful of the artist. I just found money in my shorts.
Well,
got
what did you
something
find in your
front pocket?
What did you find in your shorts the other day?
I found your underwear in my pocket.
Oh, he's sitting on the couch and he's like digging in his pocket.
No, it's when I got out of the shower. I put the pants on, and I was like, do I have a tumor? And I put my hand on my thigh, and I was like, what is going on?
A pair of my underpants in his pocket.
G-Man Sir
They were
says,
clean, just out of the wash.
Something similar happened to me the other day, and
My underpants were in your pocket.
not your underpants, but my underpants. So sometimes you wear the same pair of jeans.
ladies, they're called panties.
No.
Shut up. Sometimes you wear the same pair of jeans like 2 times in a row.
Oh, I know
right?
where this is
No,
going.
So I usually, when I get home, I'm like ready for bed because I'm usually ready for bed at like 7 p.m. And so I just strip my clothing off and get into bed and go to sleep because I don't wear
that's my
PJs.
kind of podcast.
And then so the other day I'm getting ready for work and I like overslept and I run and I like put my pants on and I'm like hurrying up and I'm sitting there and I'm like training somebody at work and I keep feeling this like lump on my leg and I was like, what is this? And it was like behind my thigh. And then it hit me that the pair of underwear I had been wearing the night before that I had hastily taken off had gotten lodged on like betwixt my butt cheek and the back of my pants.
Long story short,
And
you're gross.
And then I had to go to the bathroom and like shake it out. And then I was worried the whole time.
it's called Andy Dufresne.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The whole time I was walking there, I was worried it was going to slip out of my pants leg in front of like all of my coworkers. And then I had to carry around my underwear in my pants, or not my pants, my purse for like a half a day. The end.
G-Man Sir asked me if I've ever cosplayed as a wrestler, and I guess technically I have.
Yeah, technically you were dressed as Hulk Hogan.
Oh yeah, that too. I wasn't even thinking of that. I sent a very selective video to people that I know are or were wrestling fans, and I dressed up as Arn Anderson, which is basically just like a tiny pair of underwear and like armbands, just white like tape armbands. But I didn't have that, so I just wrapped toilet paper around my arms, played his theme song, and did his entrance. And that video is still out there somewhere. So
somewhere.
one day when somebody gets mad at me, a couple of years ago, probably, maybe even more. A couple of years sounds right.
Like maybe
It was here. You would have seen it because the someone in your life was one of the ones that got that video from me.
You want to know who took that video?
Yep.
Right here.
Right here.
Arn's music, man, so good.
Get
All
you
right.
going.
How did
And
it
we
go?
used our little tiny fake belt.
Yeah, I definitely did see that.
And you did,
And I
at the
got
end
so
of it, you were
turned
like,
on.
"Rah!"
All right, Europe, this week's downloads. What did they get in the digital world? They got Mega Man Legacy Collection. So that's Mega Man 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 in one 3DS cartridge. You can get that at in Europe, I don't think you can get it at retail. I think it might be digital only. I know in Europe you can't get the gold Mega Man amiibo that we have here, which really sucks for European people. I apologize on Capcom's behalf. But hello, Video Game Guru and Fireflame. But you can download that game now. And it's, like I said, the classic NES games all in one software package. There's some extra challenges in there. And then if you do manage to get your hands on... I think it works with the regular Mega Man amiibo, too. You can unlock special challenges that are tied to the Mega Man amiibo. And something interesting we found out, the version of Mega Man 5 that is in it runs kind of poorly. Not anywhere that you can't, anywhere bad that you can't play it, but noticeably has more slowdown than it should. And for some reason, if you go in the options and change the games from Mega Man to Rockman, so the Japanese versions of the game, the Japanese version of Mega Man 5 runs fine. So if you're having problems with 5, you can just play it that way. Hopefully Capcom puts out a patch, but as of right now, that's the information I have for you. TAW says, we got Pokemon. You do not need to mention the rest of the downloadable games. I like Mega Man. Here's another important one. Bravely Second and Layer, the sequel to the hit Square Enix 3DS RPG. That is available, yesterday. It came out yesterday. And there's a demo if you're not sure you want to check it out. And your demo content, I believe, can be transferred over to the final game. And there's add-on content, too, if you want that. Special DLC stuff. 10% off for users who have downloaded the demo. So just download the demo and then get the game, and you get it for even cheaper. There's also a download code for exclusive promotional Set 2 costumes that include the Vestal Garb, Knight's Tunic, Minstrel's Garb, Onion Knight Garb, not the one from Game of Thrones. Coming from Rising Star Games in Europe this week is Sadame. I'll give you the official explanation. Get ready to plunge into an exciting world of brave heroes, huge demons, and frantic combat. And I don't know how you're supposed to say it. Sadame.
Trying to do a fist bump?
Set in an alternate fantasy version of the historical warring states period of Japan, Sadame mixes action-packed fighting with deep RPG elements. 100 years have passed since the Onin War, and the world is in turmoil. Once peaceful lands now see demons appearing everywhere, destroying everything in their wake. As people cower in fear, 4 heroes rise to destroy the invaders and bring peace back to their land. Choose your hero and fight your way through countless monsters battling huge bosses to erase Demon's Scourge. Collect new weapons, learn new skills, upgrade your abilities, and use magic to save the world from the ultimate destruction at the hands of the evil Nobunaga. Nobunaga's Revenge.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? Is it a subtitle? Oh, no. Is that the name of a game?
Isn't that a strategy game?
Yeah, it is. That Nobunaga.
In feudal Japan?
X-Cave 3 Tower of Destiny is available, as is Toy Defense, and then, as TAW said, Pokemon Red, Pokemon Blue, and Pokemon Yellow are all available. And Nintendo tells you, you've got to be the very best, like no one ever was. Mm-hmm. Now you can download those classic Game Boy games on the 3DS Virtual Console. Again, marking the first time ever that classic mainline Pokemon games have been re-released on the Virtual Console service. Etrian Odyssey 2 Untold, the Fafnir Knight has new DLC. You can get the Thunder Queen's Legacy, the Eldritch Hound, and Wanted Blessed Clover. That's all new DLC for the game. If you want some Mega Man themes for your 3DS, you can get the Mega Man Stage Select theme or the Mega Man Dr. Wily theme, or as some asshole called him, Dr. Willy. Come on.
It's pronounced Dr. Wowie.
Dr. Wowie. I just watched a video about that, too. Somebody was going through, like, all the Mega Man games, and they got to 8, and they were like, this one's worth it for the voice acting alone. Listen to this guy. And then you find him, you'll find Dr. Wowie. On Wii U is 6180 The Moon. Yeah, that's the name of the game.
6180.
It's coming from developer Turtle Cream.
1, 8.
Let's
0.
super high jump through the screen. 6180, 6180 The Moon is a platformer game with a unique mechanic. It offers a fresh, unseen gameplay style by connecting TV and Wii U gamepad. This allows... That's not written correctly. This allows a mechanic with delightfully long jumps and no fear of slipping. In addition to the unique gameplay, 6180 The Moon delivers a unique storyline. The sun has gone. The moon sets off on a journey to find the sun. Along the journey will be hazardous courses and deep realizations.
Whoa, man.
Inside My Radio is available on Wii U. Defense Dome is available on Wii U. Replay VHS is Not Dead is available on Wii U. This is a platform game in which you control time in a brand new way. Control up to 5 different characters and synchronize their actions to complete each level. Take on the role of a film director and travel through several humorous movies in Replay VHS is Not Dead. Each level is full of surprises and will have you racking your brains. Are you ready? Then silence on the set. Camera, action. That's what it says. In Replay VHS is Not Dead, you cannot lose. Don't like a scene? Cut. Take 2. There you go. Smart Adventures Mission Math Sabotage at the Space Station is available on Wii U as well.
Wow.
So if you want your kids to learn math and bore them to death, you can get them there.
Hey, I had a math game I liked, and it only made me
Math Blaster?
Yeah, I enjoyed Math Blaster.
We all enjoyed Math Blaster.
Was it Math? Wait, no. What was Math Blaster?
The greatest math educational game ever on computers.
This was like some math detective, and you had to like go through a school and like stop an evil scientist.
Math detective. That's not even believable.
That's not Math Blaster. No, it's just like they put a little equation, like a like 1 + 1. You have to put the answer in, and then it would like move along, and it would shoot things in the.
Oh, I did play that in school, but at home I played a math game. That was like the detective.
I loved playing educational games at home and at
now
school.
it paid off because I am so at math.
Because I am great at the math.
Shut up! I'm terrible at it.
Pokemon-
You're good at History too, because Oregon Trail.
Pokemon Ranger is available on the Wii U Virtual Console. That's the DS game where you use the stylus to trap Pokemon. There's a SDK Spriter demo available and some special offers. So it's actually a lot of content in Europe this week and some pretty good content at that too. But as TAW said, I'm sure most people are only interested in Pokemon. First comment comes from Casey44, and he says, can't wait to play the original Pokemon games again. Played them for so many hours. This pleases my...
Pikachu's.
Is it a Pokemon?
It is Pokemon related.
Pleases my...
Pokeballs.
Okay, yeah, I was like, I know it.
We've heard that one before.
Getting old, Casey44.
No,
We need some new material.
No, it still works.
All right, so our friend Metal Dave, who I talked to you about for a couple of weeks now, has had some very juicy, very juicy rumors about the NX and Wii U and 3DS release dates and stuff like that. And I kept telling you, I've talked to Metal Dave. I've known him for I've worked with him for like 10 years. I know he's trustworthy. I know he wouldn't put something out there unless he could verify it. I know he's done a lot of fact checking. Blah 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 blah. So I told you guys all that stuff, and I hope that you believed me. And now the rest of the world is starting to believe him because we have some verification of some of the information he said. First off, on NeoGAF, the infamous message board about video games and everyone hating everyone else, you can see that Metal Dave's sources were verified by other high-up members over at NeoGAF. So they are vouching for his source. They aren't saying they can confirm the information, but they are saying that his source is someone that would be in a position to know detailed information like this. So take that as you will. And then on top of that, Metal Dave had to remove some of his videos on YouTube about this. Why? Probably because Nintendo wanted to have them taken down.
Oh, okay.
But we're going to give you the other information that he talked about, which parts of which have already been confirmed. So he has like I said, the release date lineup for some 3DS and Wii U games, some of which you know about, some of which you don't. So spring and early summer, you can expect to see Mario and Sonic, whatever, Rio 2016 Olympics, whatever the hell it's called, which is not a surprise. Nintendo selects Wave 1, Hyrule Warriors Legends, and then there was a title we hadn't heard of before, Disney Art Academy. Hello, Guy Buns. Disney Art Academy was a new title. Never heard of it before. And then a couple days later, a listing on Amazon popped up for Disney Art Academy. It's almost like it's a real game. So there's a little validation for him right there. Bravely second. And then we get into something that is called Codename Caviar F. We don't know what that is. It's a code name, obviously. And the only details he gives is casual-friendly, smaller budget game. So whatever that may be. The final name's not going to be anything like that at all. And then Metroid Prime Federation Force. Summer, we have another code name. Codename Tort City.
Tort.
This is
Tort. These lemons be so tort.
This is a big budget game for all gamers, all types of gamers, and all ages as well. So we've heard rumors of a new Paper Mario coming out. Maybe that slots into that. Dragon Quest VII, which we knew about. Then another codename game. Codename Cadillac. Casual, friendly, smaller budget game due out late summer. Then fall holiday lineup includes a price cut for the 3DS, so he says. Codename N-Stars. This is a big budget game for all ages. I don't know what that could be. Nintendo selects Wave 2. Then our final well, not really. Yeah, sure. Our final codename game, DMW2, which could be for Disney Magical World 2. What is that? What we called it here? I don't know what that. You know what it is. It's a sequel to that last Disney game from Bandai Namco where you dressed up in Disney clothing and stuff like that. Dragon Quest VIII, and then finally Pokemon 20th Anniversary game. So people got excited at that because they're like, oh, a new Pokemon game might be coming in now. Now we had some evidence of that being true too. So take it as you will. Like I said, I believe his information is very trustworthy. Zero Skill 3D says caviar equals fish. Fish swim. Where did it go? I was reading it. Sorry, it's gone. All right. Fish swim with squids. Splatoon 3DS confirmed. There you go. Splatoon's coming to 3DS. You heard it first from Zero Skill 3D. So yeah, I think a lot of this information is trustworthy. And we'll see. You know, we'll have to, when Nintendo actually announces stuff, of which there'll be some at E3 and maybe even before that, we'll have to see if it ties into any of the listings that this guy had. Cartoonami has the first comment, and he says, wow, I got to think Nintendo loves this guy. Yeah, I know what you mean. But I want to stress that I talked to him before posting, and we discussed all of it. It wasn't, he wasn't like, don't share it. And I was like, yeah, sure. And then I put it up anyway. I cleared it with him. I also talked to him after like all the attention was brought onto it to see how he was doing, if everything was okay. And he says everything's good. So didn't do anything wrong. He knew what he was getting himself into. And now Nintendo's going to kill him. We also have another rumor. This comes from Dr. Cupcakes. May not sound like a name that's trustworthy, but it is. He's gotten a bunch of inside information before on multiple projects.
I trust him.
He's my general practitioner.
He's a doctor of cupcakes. On Twitter, he was talking about EA and the NX. He says EA has NX development kits. They've had them for a while now, and they're meeting with Nintendo in March to hash things out and discuss potential plans. And he says, don't read too much into this. It means what it means, potential plans. It sounds like mostly very early stuff, and EA is still unsure. And this ties into the next story where we got another bit of inside information from our friends at Nintendo Life, who, again, we trust very much because we know that they vet their sources and all stuff, all that good stuff. So this information, I say, is very trustworthy, but we just mark it rumor because EA is not going to talk about it, and Nintendo's not going to talk about it until they're absolutely ready. So here's more details on EA and Nintendo with the NX. They say EA is holding meetings with Nintendo next month, and support for the NX is a primary topic. EA has NX dev kits, and EA was apparently one of the first publishers to get access to the NX. And Nintendo is citing EA as a key ally when it comes to making a next-gen console a success. Multiple meetings are in the works, and EA has been discussing several points with Nintendo relating to marketing. And these meetings will apparently decide how much support EA will be giving to Nintendo in the future. So famously, as you guys know, while EA doesn't really do anything with portables anywhere, really. They do a lot with consoles, but on the Wii U, they put out, I want to say, like 4 games, and then they were just like, see you later, and haven't done anything since. And obviously Nintendo wants them on board. They wanted them on board with the Wii U, but they really want them on board with the NX. And before the Wii U came out, EA was saying they had some unprecedented partnership with Nintendo, and we were all interested in hearing that. And obviously, those plans fell apart and turned into what we got on the Wii U. So this might be the two sides coming together to try and make something like that happen again. Discussions are heavily related to EA Sports because, EA is like one of the only companies that does sports games on systems. Who else does them?
That's true. Wait, who does the 2K games?
2K does the 2K games.
Yeah, duh.
But yeah, 2K can't do football games.
That's
and
right.
they can't
EA
do
is like a monopoly on it.
baseball games. I don't think they can do. I'm not well versed on sports games.
But when did they stop?
They do basketball. I know.
Yeah, I know that all they do is basketball now, but they
and
To.
WWE. 2K picked it up after THQ.
Right.
But anyway, who used to?
Didn't 2K used to do football games?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, then EA got their special partnership with the NFL. Oh, geez, that was the last 2K football game I remember playing, which I never played any, but I did play one. Was on a Dreamcast.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if they went on after that or not. EA wants a detailed plan on how Nintendo intends to win over sports fans with the NX, and they also want to know how Nintendo intends to build up a large enough sports audience on the NX. And EA wants Nintendo to spend more advertising dollars during televised sports events to trumpet EA sports games on the NX, because EA says Microsoft and Sony both do that. They spend a lot of money on that stuff. So we want you to do it, Nintendo. And I understand EA wanting that, but what EA also has to recognize is Sony and Microsoft are getting money from a whole bunch of other areas. Nintendo is just video games. EA will be asking Nintendo to consider shipping NX consoles bundled with EA Sports titles, which is something we haven't seen. And this would include games like FIFA and Madden, their biggest sellers. And during a December meeting between EA and Nintendo, an EA exec criticized Wii U for not having enough entertainment apps for sports people. So he's saying Wii U doesn't have MLB TV app, an NBA app, doesn't have the WWE Network, doesn't have NHL Game Center Live or anything for the NFL. So it doesn't have those apps that EA likes consumers to have on their platforms to tie into that stuff. So they're like, hey, get a Xbox One, watch Madden stuff on the Xbox, or watch NFL stuff on the Xbox One.
Watch that Madden
or
guy
go
run
on the
around.
MLB TV app and then come over and play our games. So they're saying, hey, Nintendo, you got to get those sports-related apps, broadcast apps on your platform. And EA said they feel this is a key reason for Sony's success among sports fans with the PS4, because they're saying Sony has all that stuff, and EA seeing a lot of revenue coming from the PS4 right now. And they're saying EA's saying it's very important to them that NX is able to run these apps, which shouldn't be a problem because they could be on Wii U if Nintendo wanted them to be. It's just that, Nintendo doesn't traditionally have a big focus on sports content outside of their own lineup. So we'll see what happens here. Interesting stuff. Like I said, rumor, but very easy to believe. Top-rated comment comes from Hayawada. It's a long one. He says, this just sounds wrong. Instead of EA making all these demands, Nintendo needs to ensure that EA will actually release the latest versions of their games. EA shouldn't have released Madden and FIFA 13 running Madden and FIFA 12's engine. It's understandable that it can be difficult to port an engine over to a new system in time for its launch, and not all those features can be ported over in time. However, EA would have had enough time to build all these features if they were able to start developing it earlier, didn't need to have it at launch, or if they actually continued the series with Madden 25 and FIFA 14. Even after all this, EA's worst defense was releasing Mass Effect 3 for the Wii U while the other systems got Mass Effect Trilogy in the same year. I definitely agree with that. These issues had nothing to do with Nintendo's plan for winning over sports fans, how much Nintendo spent on advertising during sports events, what games Nintendo bundled with the Wii U, or what entertainment apps were available on the Wii U. I wanted Madden and FIFA for Wii U, but I wanted full-featured current versions of them, so I waited for next year's releases, but those releases never came. I wanted Mass Effect Trilogy for the Wii U, but instead of just Mass Effect 3. But that never came either. If EA would actually make the latest full-featured versions of their games for Nintendo consoles, then those games would sell. All these demands have nothing to do with it. EA just wants to coerce Nintendo into spending money for them by threatening not to commit full development efforts on the NX. Now, see, this is the age-old story with Nintendo fans. Nintendo fans are like, or let's say, we'll just say EA. EA's like, Nintendo fans don't buy our games. And Nintendo fans go, well, we'd buy your games if you give us the full damn game. Like the other systems will get, Madden, whatever the most recent Madden is. And like we would get like the light version, like using last year's engine, and it wouldn't have all the features. We saw that a lot on the Wii, and then when, like he said, on the Wii U, the games we got were running on older engines. Like, EA complains that we don't buy the games, and we say we don't buy the games because you're not really giving us the full game. We want parity with the other platforms, which I don't think is too much to ask. But EA is going to say, well, you guys didn't buy it, so we're not going to do it. So, you know, it's a back and forth. It's going to last forever and never change. We'll see what happens on NX. Hopefully, Nintendo NX in general will get some EA Sports titles that are fully fleshed out. The only instance I can think of that after the Super Nintendo days was Tiger Woods, because the Wiimote was so great for golf games that a couple years there, Nintendo got the lead version of Tiger Woods. I believe there's an NHL game there. Is that EA? Yeah, I think so. Then it was the only NHL game that came out from EA one year was only on the Wii. So there was a time when stuff was happening, but yeah, since then things have fallen apart a little bit. What we got here? So Ori and the Blind Forest is on Xbox One, and it was on PC as well, I think. One of my favorite games of 2015. Really liked it. It's like Metroid, 2D platformer with exploration elements, or I should say it's like a Metroidvania. But really gorgeous artwork, fantastic soundtrack, really fun game. And I would love to see it come to other platforms, including NX. But one of the developers on Ori and the Blind Forest said they reached out to Nintendo to get an NX dev kit, and they haven't heard anything, and he was a little peeved about it. This is Thomas Mailer. He says, the single most annoying thing for every day. We also talked to Nintendo and got absolutely nothing. I'll never understand it. And just to be clear, it's not just Nintendo. Every hardware manufacturer is treating their dev kits and their unreleased consoles like they're the second coming and are insanely secretive about it to a stupid degree in today's time. It's not even that the hardware isn't finished, but you could at least give some goddamn specs so we know how to build shovel for it. What's needed to sell hardware is goddamn good software. With Nintendo not having any dev kits out there at this point, and probably even wanting to sell it in 2016, I can already guarantee that they'll just not have any software support, since nobody can just jumble together games in less than a year. I mean, you can, but it'll be garbage. And it goes on, blah, 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 blah. So we know third parties have dev kits. It's just when you get to indie developers like this, Nintendo's going to be extremely selective with who they tell the specs to and stuff like that. So they don't have it. And he was very angry. And like I said, this response goes on for a while. And then the next day, he put out another response that was even more angry. And people aren't happy about it. They're saying, you know, if you want to work with Nintendo, this isn't exactly the way to handle it. And surprisingly, an ex-Sony team member, I don't remember what his position was, but somebody that was doing PlayStation stuff, commented on this matter, and he said the guy's being really immature in how he's handling this. This is how it works. Like, this isn't anything different. And he said, I'm surprised to see the guys reacting like this. So, you know, if someone over at or someone that used to be at Sony is coming out and saying this kind of thing, it gives you a little idea of how this stuff works in the game industry and how perhaps this guy was frustrated and didn't exactly help his cause in trying to get access to NX specs. We linked to all of his comments, so if you want to read those and get angry, you're more than welcome to. Jack Atlas has the top-rated comment, and he says, maybe Nintendo brushed him off because he was throwing around demands and using that kind of language when he spoke to them. Could be. Could be. It's obvious he's very heated about it, so. Pokemon Direct, blah, blah, blah. Kirby, you'll be happy to hear this. You didn't get Fire Emblem Fates yet, right?
No, not yet, because I don't know which version I'm supposed to buy.
Well, let me ask you a question. Would you rather fight for the family that birthed you or the family that raised you? The family that raised you, you have brothers and sisters over there, but your dad's really mean. The family that birthed you, they're all really friendly, but you don't know them at all. Like, you were kidnapped when you were a little baby, so you don't know these people at all. So family that raised you, and they're pretty good, except the dad's a real asshole, or the family that actually gave birth to you and is your birthright family. It's a tough decision. Even when I was playing the game, I was like, oh, I don't know.
I haven't even played the game, and I got to make tough decisions.
You get Chapter 6 no matter... Chapter 6 is when the decision happens. And when it came up, like, there's cutscenes involved and stuff like that, and I'm like, you know, you can play both sides, but still, when you make the initial decision, you're like, oh, I don't know which one to go with. I ended up going with Birthright because the father in Conquest rubbed me the wrong way. So
Yeah, I might go with Birthright then.
well, Fire Emblem Fates is available, and we know Fire Emblem Awakening was an awakening for the series, especially outside of Japan. Did really well. And Fire Emblem Fates shows that the series is growing even bigger because Fire Emblem Fates the best ever launch for the series in the United States, with more than 300,000 units sold between all versions of Fire Emblem Fates during the launch weekend alone. Fire Emblem Fates set a record as the fastest selling game in the history of the long-running, critically acclaimed franchise in the United States. The game sold more than 5 times as many units as Fire Emblem Awakening, and that was the previous record holder during its first 3 days. So Fire Emblem Awakening sold enough to get an all-time record for the franchise in the United States, and now this was beaten 5 times over. So Awakening did a fantastic job of bringing in all kinds of new players to the franchise. And if you want to break down, Nintendo says that Birthright was the top seller between both versions.
Birth versions.
And the more challenging Conquest was close behind it. We're not going to talk about that. Yeah. DLC is available. You know how all that jazz works. But again, very awesome to see that Fire Emblem in general is becoming a staple franchise for Nintendo outside of Japan, because it was really popular there for a while, and it took us a very long time to get the franchise in general.
Yeah, really.
But then it came over here, and there were releases, and they never did any big numbers or anything like that. But eventually, people were giving it a try, and then when Fire Emblem Awakening came out, it was like dire.
Awaken.
It was dire straits for the franchise. The developers, Nintendo and Intelligent Systems, were pretty much considering it to be the last game in the franchise. They were like, well, franchise is kind of dying out. If we're going to do a new one, it's going to be a long time from now. So
That's right, I forgot all about that.
They said, we'll give it everything we got, and we'll see how it does. And it just caught on. So here we are with Fates doing excellently in the sales department. And let us also remember, our friends in Europe don't even have the game yet. So there's another chance for another record.
Oh no, you think because the new one's doing so well, they're gonna start making it an annual franchise?
And I don't know Nintendo to do annual franchises, so I'd say no. I just think we're getting, well, like I said, Awakening was 2013 and Fates is 2016. Yeah. So a good amount of time in between. It just seems quicker because we're not used to Fire Emblem games coming out that quickly. Like usually you get one it feels like especially for us, like every 4 or 5 years.
It's just funny how, one game can make all the difference between a franchise, disappearing.
Yeah. So Nintendo obviously saw that happen and are like, okay, now is the time to get another new one out. We have to start working on another new one to build the momentum. So good for them and good for the franchise. Lewd Party has the top rated comment, and he says, good to see those rubbing mini games protesters kept true to their word. And by that, I mean talking nonsense and buying the game regardless. Yes, a lot of people were saying, I'm not buying the localization because it doesn't have the petting mini game, and I don't like censorship in Nintendo. If that's your thing, that's fine. But yeah, I think Lewd Party is right. A lot of people like to complain on the internet, and in real life, they don't
They buy it anyway. And then they just rub themselves.
I mean, you could rub the touchscreen anyway. Something might not happen, but you can still do it. You can pretend. And that's why there's fan fiction. Go write fan fiction about rubbing all these beautiful men and women in Fire Emblem. Oh, my girlfriend died. I don't want to talk about it.
What?
Oh, did she really?
In Fire Emblem Fates, in recent Fire Emblem games, you build relationships with people.
Mm-hmm.
And you can play a mode. The game traditionally was... it's called classic mode now, but it has a thing called permadeath. And when you're in a battle, if a character dies, they die forever. You never get them back. Oh, now they don't make you do that, but you can play that way. And I play that way because that's how the franchise always was. So I courted this young woman.
I courted her.
We had a lovely relationship when we got very far into the game. And there was a surprise attack. And I couldn't get to her. It was too much for her to handle.
I'm sorry.
And I wanted to reset the game, but I didn't.
I know.
But I didn't.
I know it. I know your pain.
So I just got with somebody
I'm
else.
so sorry.
Pokemon
I'm
20th
so sorry.
Pokemon 20th anniversary events are going on. Like I said, there's a Twitch event taking place right now where they're playing all kinds of Pokemon games. The New York Nintendo Store celebration is happening right now. But also, if you have a mobile device,
I do.
I believe it's iOS and Android,
Okay.
and you like to get things that are free,
I do.
you can download the Pokemon Photo Booth app, which lets you take pictures, and it makes you look like you're in a Pokemon game. You get the little dialogue box that says, like, RMC wants to battle, or an RMC has appeared, a wild RMC has appeared. So you can download this.
You, okay?
You can download this for free right now and take little pictures and post them up on the internet, put them on your social medias and all that jazz. So there you go.
I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it right now.
North America this week's downloads. What did we get? According to TAW, I should just tell you Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow are available, and that's it. We got them just like Europe did. We also got one of the longest titles I've been typing recently on the site. Return to Popo LaCroix, A Story of Seasons Fairy Tale. That is available. It's
Can
a
you say that
3D.
one more time?
Yes, I can. Return to Popo LaCroix, A Story of Seasons Fairy Tale.
Popo LaCroix.
Yep.
Popo LaCroix.
Uh,
Like a weird
this
man
3DS,
on your on your blood. You
this
don't mess with
3DS
Popo LaCroix.
exclusive RPG features traditional turn-based combat, nearly 100 quests,
Don't
a
walk
fully
by Popo
featured
LaCroix's
farming
house after
minigame.
After dark.
Popo LaCroix snatches children.
Hide from the devious Popo LaCroix. I'm going to touch you. Dual language voice acting, community treasure hunting via Street Pass, multiple difficulty levels, and an adjustable random encounter rate. So it's a little bit of fighting and it's a little bit of farming. So
Little
kind of
bit
like Rune
farting,
Factory,
little
but not
bit
at all.
farming.
Because Popo LaCroix was a series that existed before, and now it's a mashup. Legoland Legacy Collection is available.
Legoland.
Leg of Lamb Legacy Collection. Mega Man Legacy Collection is available here as well. And like I said,
okay.
we get the gold Mega Man Amiibo version. So if you want that for your collection of Amiibo, you can go out to retail and get it. Or you can get the same game without the Amiibo on the eShop for half price. Virtual Console on Wii U got Metabots AX Metabee and Metabots AX Rokusho. The classic GBA games are now available.
Yeah, I forgot all about Metabots.
There is, it's still going strong in Japan. There's a new game coming out called Metabots Girls Mission, which is all about girls that raise Metabots. And as you know, with any self-respecting anime-related game, when you get in battles, your clothing gets torn off.
That's
that is
all
true.
the time.
Minecraft Wii U Edition has gotten a free DLC update.
Oh, no.
That brings it, I think, if not close to parity with other systems, it brings it close to parity on other systems. Update includes some anticipated Minecraft features, including a long list of new potions, blocks, mobs, and biomes. From the redwood forests of Mega Taiga to the vastness of the deep ocean, you'll get to build, play, and explore new biomes that will offer a great canvas for your creations. Also, there's paid DLC. You can get the Biome Settlers Skin Pack, which brings 24 new Settler characters into the game, and even more biome-themed skins you can use to roleplay with your friends. That's what it says. Fire Emblem Fates DLC, like I said. The new maps available this week that are paid are Beach Brawl and Boo Camp. We have details on both of those, so if you'd like to know, John Michael. So if you want to know what those are before you buy them, we will tell you that. Sales on stuff like Angry Video Game Nerd Adventures and Jewel Match 3, Joe's Diner, and other stuff. Themes. We got the 2 Mega Man themes for the 3DS as well, the Dr. Willy theme and the Mega Man stage theme. Also new this week, Sadame, 6180 The Moon, Inside My Radio, Replay VHS is Not Dead, Smart Adventures Mission Math. We also got Volcanic Field 2, sequel to the ever-popular Volcanic Field. That's good. And there's a Lego Marvel's Avengers demo for the Wii U. So if you want to, I don't understand demos for Lego games because, like, what has it been, like over 10 years of Lego games? Who's like, I wonder what this Lego game is like? It's like all the other ones, but it's got Marvel characters.
Do you walk around and collect things?
Yes, you do.
What?
Guy Bonds has the first comment, and he says either nothing new or SLU.
Yeah.
Bringing it back. Bringing it back.
You made it
SLU was something people used to say on the site to be read in the podcast, and it stands for "Sucks Like Usual."
It means it was a bad week.
Yes.
As far as releases.
All right, so here's the story that PC ruined earlier. Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon. We had some trademarks appear the day before a Pokemon Direct, and people were like, "Oh, there's your new games. It's leaked." And other people were like, "No, it's fake." Well, it's real. Pokemon Moon, Pokemon Sun were announced. They're confirmed. They're coming out late this year, 2016, on 3DS. They will be available in 9 languages, including Chinese. So they're going for a worldwide approach here. And believe it or not, your Pokemon Red, Pokemon Blue, and Pokemon Yellow. That's not true.
You used being a meanie, and it was very effective.
I don't think I'm a meanie. Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, you can drop off your Pokemon in a Pokemon bank, and they can be transferred over to Pokemon Sun and Moon. So that's a pretty interesting and unique ability, but you're going to have to wait a long time to see that actually happen.
Hurtful. He used hurtful words, and they were very effective.
So there's really not too much to say about Pokemon Sun and Moon other than they exist and are coming this year. We really don't know any other details about it. You can see a quick look at some artwork and some behind-the-scenes stuff in the Pokemon Direct. Well, I mean, like, very quick. Hardly, like, maybe 4 or 5 images to look at. Nothing of screenshots. And if you want the best analysis you can get of that footage, go to our friends at Game Explain on YouTube, because they break it down like they always do and show you every little detail you've seen and probably a lot of others you didn't. Dematador. It's the first comment, and he says, the Direct was to commemorate the 20th anniversary, you fools. The announcement of Gen 7 was just a bonus. Yes, he makes a good point, because some people were like, well, I shouldn't even say it. People were complaining on the internet.
What?
So.
What? People do that?
Hey, guys, what are you doing later today?
Complaining on the internet?
Taking a nap.
Would you like to hang out with Drew Barrymore?
Yes!
Because she's hosting an intimate gathering to celebrate Pokemon's 20th anniversary
How
at a special Pokemon afternoon soiree.
Ooh.
Afternoon delight? Link?
I don't know what the hell's going on here. I don't know why this is a thing. I don't know why Drew
Because
Barrymore's
it's
involved, but I'll read you the press
magical.
release.
It's
Actress,
so magical.
Director, producer Drew Barrymore will host a Pokemon afternoon soiree at the exclusive Sunset Tower penthouse. The intimate event will celebrate the brand's U.S. categorical expansion into unisex fashion, accessories, and home decor. Mom brain, home decor, Pokemon style.
Pokemon trainer is not on her resume, so I do not
It
think
is now.
she is qualified.
Well, let me tell you what Drew Barrymore said. She says, I'm immersed in branding and brand expansion
I keep
every
my
day
children in Pokeballs
with my
and
own
carry them around
companies.
with me.
And I think what Pokemon has done here is so smart and such a perfect way to expand their footprint, said the robot.
It's so cool.
Yeah,
and
making
magical.
lots and lots of money is pretty smart.
It's true. I like making money. You like making money. So, yeah. Well, I guess we'll hear about that later today or tomorrow. Game Freak 613 says, what? I just, okay, sure, why not?
That was kind of
Yeah, that's how I felt. I read the press release 4 times, and I'm like, is this fake? Did somebody make this up? But no, it's real.
Is this an onion?
Hey, guys.
Hey!
Hey.
What?
Did you see the latest Parents Play?
I
Yeah.
lived through it.
watched it yet, but
I didn't get a chance
I caught
to
the
see
tail
it.
end of it.
it's Super Castlevania.
My parents
4,
played
right?
Super Castlevania
I got
4.
the couch ready for
The
him.
Super Nintendo Classic. And boy, the conversation this week, they actually did pretty good. To tell you the truth, my dad put in a really good performance. I was surprised.
Wow.
And he went back to play the game after I was done recording. Like he was playing the second level by himself just for fun.
That's not an easy game.
I know. So they did pretty well. But the
Upside
conversation...
Is that the upside down one?
Oh no,
No, that's Symphony of the Night.
Yeah.
They had such weird conversation in this. Like, it was all over the place about all different stuff. I can't explain it. It was funny. It's always funny, but I don't know what tangents I don't know why they went on the tangents they did. I don't know where they came from.
Were they
But
talking about like what they wanted for dinner or stuff like that?
no, like especially my dad, like he'll pull like any one word out of any sentence and take it as a bridge to something that's completely not related at all. And then my mom was talking about, I need to watch the video to remember why she was talking about it. But in part of the video, she was talking about doing sex. Specifically said doing sex. No, I think she said do sex, not doing.
Do the sex.
Do the sex.
Do the needful.
So if you want to see my parents play Super Castlevania 4 and talk about doing the sex and all their weird stuff,
Sex do
Go
tips
for it.
from your mom.
I love doing these videos with my parents because I always laugh. Hopefully you guys enjoy them too. You always have nice things to say. And I know you keep asking for me to get a camera to point at them when they're playing, and I am going to do that. I just need to get a new laptop first.
Are they
'cause this one
okay
will
with
blow
that?
up. No, but they won't even know what's going on.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Is
you might
it
want to not
illegal?
tell them.
Is it legal? Yes, it's legal.
I
My
can
parents
get
aren't going to
you-
sue me.
Look at those little tiny little baby GoPros at work.
Yeah, I know.
Get
That's
your
what I
discount
was.
on one of those.
That's what I was
Get your
thinking about.
discount.
Then I got
It's
to
gonna
figure
be
out
good.
like picture
Hook you up.
and all that stuff.
Hook you up. Get your discount.
Somebody said something here. SD Securo says, "Wait, RMC saying his dad is saying weird things." I know, right? Very
I
odd
wish
for him.
people. I want people. I wish people understood
Yeah.
that he is dead. That's him. Like he's not putting anything
He's
on.
not playing-
like
playing a role
you're all
here.
just experiencing what we've
Yeah, it's
all
not
known.
like I turn on the game and he's like, "Okay, time to fall into character."
No.
It's like, "Okay, time to be my weird self."
Yep.
He there's a comment on one of the videos. I think it's Super Mario Maker where somebody says something along the lines of like, "I don't understand what's going on inside your dad's head," and like 100 people liked that comment. And I'm like, seriously, this is how he is. I'm not joking. He's not making it up for the show.
You had to save me that night
I
because your
know.
dad brought me a newspaper article he wanted to talk about, and I had been out at my father's retirement dinner, and it was late, and I was exhausted, and I'm just looking at raw meat like, please do something, please. I don't want to have to be rude, but I can't sit and listen.
Well, my favorite stories that he tells all the time are when he sees something on TV or reads something that you might be interested in, then he comes to tell you about it, but leaves out all the specifics. So he'll be like, "Hey, I saw this thing on TV. You'd like, it was about some game. I don't know what they're talking about. Okay, what show was it? One of the late night talking heads." And I'm like, "What does that even mean? I don't know." And he's like, "I'm just trying to be nice and tell you about something." I'm like, "Yes, I know, but tell me, like, give me the details rather than just like, hey, I saw something. I thought you'd like to know about it. It was this thing about stuff."
It's got to have the juicies.
Oh, all right. We're ending it with the rumor that is exclusive to GoNintendo. You know, it could be a whole bunch of other places now, but it was specifically sent to us, and we have the documents. And I did not share the documents on the site because I don't want to get people in trouble. But I can confirm I read them. I spent a couple hours last night looking into this and getting confirmation from various sources and making sure the document I was sent was valid and all that jazz. So we got a document, not saying from who, but it's the real deal. Originally I got pieces of the document, and I was like, I can't trust just pieces of it because somebody could have made those on their own. I want to see the whole document to back up that the document's real and somebody didn't like go through the trouble to make like 26 fake pages of crap about stuff that's not even related to Nintendo. So I got the document right away, the full thing, so it wasn't like it was made up. Read through the document. I researched the details. I looked into the facts and fact-checked them. Everything checked out. Everything else in the document that was unrelated to Nintendo checked out. But we got this document that involves Cisco, and they were putting together a presentation for Hasbro. Hasbro?
Hasbro.
What's the name? Yeah, Hasbro. You know,
Hasbro.
the toy company.
Hasbro.
The board game company. It's a fun company. So it was for Hasbro, and it was looking at what Hasbro could do to expand and also what their competitors were up to, because Hasbro's got a lot of different things going on. They're not just like, you know, action figures and stuff like that. They have board games and interactive toys and electronic stuff, all that. So this was looking at other things going on in the market. So, for example, talk about what's going on at Mattel and how they had some executive shift around over there, and what Mattel was focusing on, and also talk about Disney, Nintendo, and Activision, because they're all doing the Toys to Life category, like Amiibo and Disney Infinity and Skylanders. So I was looking into all that stuff and what their plans were. And then there's a specific slide that was called Competitor Update, and it had more stuff about Mattel, but it also had something about Disney and Nintendo. And it said specifically, I have the quote, I don't want to misquote it. It said, Nintendo and Disney are coming together to create movies. Now, this is a rumor we heard a while ago. that Disney and Nintendo were going to work together on some stuff, but then it just went dead. We heard nothing about it at all, and everybody's just like, you know, it's one of those things, not real. Now this report comes out, or surfaces, I should say, which came about sometime in 2015. I don't have an exact date, but it specifically says that Nintendo and Disney are working together to create movies, plural. So some people were like, maybe it's the Wreck-It Ralph thing, because we heard Wreck-It Ralph 2 is coming out, and the people behind Wreck-It Ralph are like, we really want Mario. We want to focus on Mario in a big way in a new movie. So people expect that to be happening. But this is plural projects. So even if Wreck-It Ralph was involved, seems like there's some other stuff going on here too. And we know that Nintendo's right in the middle of their expansion of their brands, reaching out into new avenues, like doing something at Universal for theme parks and doing stuff for clothing lines and doing stuff with other ventures. So this ties in perfectly with that kind of discussion. And that half of it, you know, is true. Nintendo's openly said that they're looking to branch out into stuff like that. So it fits in with that. And then on top of all that, Nintendo and Disney have been working closely on a few things right now. On Disney's channels on cable, they rebroadcast a 1 hour version of the Nintendo World Championships from E3 last year. And they also worked with Nintendo to do a special 1 hour Mario Kart 8 tournament that was on Disney XD. So, and Mom Brain, you can vouch, we watched...
The video game show that they have?
Yeah, it's about kids who do video games that live in a garage. I forget what it's called.
Oh, I watched it.
And they had a whole segment where they met up with Charles Martinet at Nintendo to talk about voice recording and stuff like that. So they're definitely working on stuff. I mean, that much we know. And as far as this document goes, like I said, I've looked into it. I've researched it. It's labeled rumor because I can't confirm it from Nintendo or Disney. Nintendo or Disney are not going to give me... They're not going to say like, oh, you found us out. Yeah, we're working on this. You're going to get the I don't know what Disney's standard PR line is, but Nintendo's is we don't comment on rumors or speculations. So that's what Nintendo would tell me. But you guys can take it as you will. I believe the source that we got it from. I definitely believe the document's real. And everything else in there checked out. So take it as you will. Like I said, it's just a furthering of something we heard before. But it's cool to see that this might actually be happening. And I think that would be awesome for Nintendo, because look at how great Disney has done for the other properties that they've picked up, like Marvel and Star Wars. They've done great things with both of them so far. So we're not saying Disney's buying Nintendo, but for Disney and Nintendo to work together on something like that, I mean, that, like feature films with Disney and Nintendo, that seems like a great company for the two to, or for Disney to work with, or for Nintendo to work with. A partnership between those two makes a lot of sense. Like if they were like, we're working with Sony Pictures on movies, I'd be like, I don't know, a couple, you know, like DreamWorks movies and stuff like that. I'd be like, they don't have as great a track record. I'm not saying they're bad, but you know, if you look at Disney, you definitely get a higher level of quality. Pennerge Jr. has his first comment, and he says, one look at Marvel Cinematic Universe will show that Disney knows what they're doing. This is a rumor that I hope is very, very true. Well, I hope it's true as well, my friend. So, like I said, we'll just have to wait for an announcement from Disney or Nintendo to see if this rumor was the real deal, because we're never going to hear otherwise. So, if nothing ever comes out, I guess it didn't. I guess it's not true. Although we've heard about partnerships falling apart before, but it seems like a pretty big one. So, we'll see what happens. That's all your top stories for the day. Kirby, what have you been playing?
Since I was last on the show, I did download Tomb of the Mask on my phone.
Oh,
and I played that for a little bit. I'm not that great at it. Once I get to like the second room, whatever it is, I
fall apart.
I don't tend to get very far.
Right.
I don't even,
somebody making you feel bad about it.
I'm not making anyone feel bad.
That's not what I lived through.
Kirby, I think you'll do great. You just got to buy some masks,
I believe in you.
and then you'll be good.
Yeah, I think right now I've got like the dog mask or the kitty cat mask.
Yes, the kitty cat mask I had for a while, and then I went to...
Yeah, what was the next one right after that?
I have Rabbit right now, and then there's the crow mask that I can't play with because it does a caw! That's really annoying.
Oh, I haven't even tried the crow mask.
Yeah, and it literally does a bird noise like every so often, and it drives me nuts.
This news is coming in from the IRC. I'm sorry to interrupt, but No Taco says Ronda Rousey is going to be starring in Daisy's Big Adventure, the movie. I'm sorry, Kirby. Anyway, doing a mask,
yeah,
not
yeah.
going too well, but enjoying it.
I'm not even sure what my top score is right now. I don't know. I'm getting better at it gradually.
I believe in you.
Thank you. Other than that, I did play. You might have heard Mom Brain mention this. I did play Firewatch. Like I guess it was 2 weeks ago now.
Yeah. Mom Brain talked all about it for you because she was so into it last week.
We did.
Yeah, and according to you, I'm getting close to the end.
Yeah, you could. I would say an hour. I'd say an hour. You could do it.
Yeah, I like the game. I don't know. It was
like I said, your experience was very different from mine as far as like the conversations that were had.
Yeah, and when you played,
overarching story was the same, but
right. And when you said when you played it, you didn't see the drawing of the guy's penis.
No, I did not.
But
so I missed out right away. I mean, your playthrough's already better because you answer questions as that beginning happens, so you see different things. I did not see that.
Yeah,
I saw a more tasteful
wait,
picture.
I also saw that man's penis. It's coming back to me now.
Oh wait,
How do you forget a man's penis?
It was a hand drawing that I've seen in my life.
As far as cartoon penises go,
I
this is
mean-
the most impressive.
I mean, remember that Spyro we found on the internet with the
Boy,
giant
do
tongue?
I remember it every
That
night
was a
before I go to bed. but-
That was
Like
a
the dragon
beautifully,
Spyro?
yeah.
Yes.
No, Spyro, like my boyfriend. No,
Spyro Gyra.
it's Spyro Gyro.
Spyro
It's giant
Gyro.
penis.
The band known for its giant.
No, there was it was a very beefy, hunky Spyro with like a giant dong that literally almost like wrapped up to touch his face. It was so large, and then was he covered like dripping in semen, and like
Oh, jeez.
The developers originally had a different idea for Spyro, and then they decided,
Apparently.
let's go family friendly. Just
No,
like Conquer was going to be family friendly, and then they decided to make it.
Oh,
mature.
yeah.
No, this is what happens when me and Rami are hanging out, and it's like 3 a.m, and I
That's
forced him.
3 a.m. You want to look at Spyro porn again?
No, because I have forced him to download Spyro for me to play for like 20 minutes before I fall asleep, and then somehow we get on the topic of dragon penises.
Yeah, remember
and
how
then
you were all about that, and
Somehow.
then you stopped playing?
I
Kirby, did you play anything else?
Oh well. Did I even say anything about Firewatch other than the penis?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's all it was. It's penis on the brain.
I do like the game. Everything looks really nice. I was a little disappointed with the frame rate issues. Whenever
There is a
I guess
patch
whenever the
now.
game would autosave. Oh, there is a
Yeah,
patch?
they addressed it right when the game came out, and they apologized for it. And they said they're working on a patch, and they already put it out. So next time, I think I have to download the patch still, but it's not a big one. So next time you play, it will be
And a lot of
markedly better.
as with many games out today, they're tough choices to make, and a lot of them will make you feel real bad about yourself.
Yep, it's true. Even
So,
when you're trying
enjoy.
even when you're trying to be good.
Enjoy. Like life is strange.
Anything
life is
else?
sad.
I think that's all I've played.
Life is sad.
Did you play anything?
Life is
These
pointless.
guys play Life is Sad.
Life is sad. Have you guys played it? What have I played? I mean, I've been playing Tomb of the Mask. Not as good as Romy
I
and
think
Rude
you're
Boy
doing a
over
great
here.
job. I think you're doing fantastic.
Thanks, jerk. So what else have I been playing? I haven't got a chance to play Portal 2 yet, but maybe I could play it after
Oh
the
no, you'll
podcast.
be playing that at your own house.
No, I don't have a way to. You have to help me.
You can take my 360. Yeah, if you're gonna play Portal 2, I have to hook up the Xbox 360.
Oh.
Ow.
Well, I mean, I don't want to disappoint that one person that asked me about
Oh,
it.
that's
So
true. That's
I
true.
want to make sure.
Well,
I get
maybe
it
you
done.
can get together with them and play it so they can
Maybe.
enjoy your wrath.
I'm gonna change.
But is there anything else
can
you
change.
did play?
No, mostly just The Sims 4. I got a new stuff pack that's romantic garden stuff.
Oh.
So you can add some like cool fountains. You can get a wishing well that like sometimes F's your stuff up.
Oh my God. The Sims. Did you see the thing on Reddit about The Sims? The guy that made like a slave tower?
Oh yeah, you sent it to me and I didn't get a chance to
that's right.
respond.
I did.
He
Oh.
made like a sweatshop.
Yes, it's amazing. It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it is. But
He basically made a sweatshop and locked people in there and forced them to make art for him, and he sells the art to build himself a giant mansion.
What?
So his mansion is next to the slave shop. It's amazing. It's amazing.
It's really intense. I don't.
And he has like one
that.
room where he lets them have sex because he needs to make new workers.
Yes.
So it's a room with like a bed, and then there's like 5 cameras pointed at the bed and like bright lights, so you can monitor what's going on.
God.
And then the kids, as soon as they come out, they go upstairs and start painting and start making them money. And the painting room is on the top of the building, and it's all windows. And he's like, I put it all windows so they had inspiration for their paintings. And there's like people crapping on the floor and like people in the corner crying.
God, that's so
Amazing. Do you still have the link?
I do.
Oh,
Hold
man.
on, I got it.
Oh no,
somewhere.
not right now.
I'm just making sure I have it.
Is that
But that's pretty much it.
Mom Brain?
I haven't played anything.
Thanks, Mom Brain.
Are you all right over there?
Yeah.
She's tired after a run.
Uh-oh.
She's just holding on for music. So I played Twilight Princess HD. I've been playing Twilight Princess HD because I have to doubly review it. I had to do a review for Nintendo Force, which was submitted yesterday, so that review is done. And it will have a score for people that want to score because I need to score for them. And then I will have the review for GoNintendo on the embargo date, which I don't remember off the top of my head, but I think it's March 1st. So the embargo, I mean, you know, I don't think many of you... The embargo is weird. Like, it's Twilight Princess. We've all played it. Like, you know what's going on in the game, but the embargo still has restrictions. So I can't talk about it even though you guys have played, like, the content of the game. But
weird.
It is weird. But you'll see the review soon, and you've seen plenty of footage of it from other outlets that we've been sharing. Again, like our friends at Game Explain. So, you know, all I can say is if you like Twilight Princess the first time, you're going to like it this time. So I've been playing that, and you'll hear my full thoughts soon, either in print or online, whichever you prefer, or maybe both. I played that. I've been playing more Fire Emblem Fates just because I'm doing some extra stuff in that game and lamenting my loss. Like I said I think I said last week I downloaded. Maybe I didn't say. I downloaded a Gravity Rush HD. I get the name confused with the Japanese name because one is Gravity Days and one is Gravity Rush. It's the same game. Just like there's another Jet Set Radio and Jet Grind Radio. I always get confused which is the name here. I think it's Jet Set Radio here. I don't know.
Sounds
See, I don't know. I always get confused.
Why do they even have to change?
I don't know.
Because people don't like grinding?
Maybe here we like grinding. Set doesn't make sense to us here.
Oh.
Kids are all about the grinding. Put grind in the title. So I've downloaded those when I haven't had a chance to play. I played some Super Castlevania 4 this week just because I can play that game from now until the end of time and never get tired of it.
That's like one of your all-time favorite games, right?
Definitely. In general, and definitely on a Super Nintendo. And then I was like, what the hell's that game on my phone called? Fairly Breaks?
Oh, Fairly Breaks, yeah.
So, you know, I always look in the featured stuff to see what people are downloading, and Fairly Breaks was in there, so I checked it out. It's just...
Is that anything like Happy Wheels?
It's a guy in a car, and the brakes don't work, and it's like 3D, and you have a behind-the-car view, and you just have to drive and avoid trees and pitfalls and stuff like that.
So it's like endless driving?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I like it. It's fun. You know, it's super fun. TAW says Jet Grind Radio in the United States and Jet Set Radio in Europe. There we go. So United States, yeah. US likes grinding, and Europe likes setting, I guess.
Grinding?
Yes. Jet Grind Radio.
Like rail grinding. Like
rail grinding.
Oh, not like
grinding your genitals on a rail.
I was thinking like grinding your genitals into the butt of the opposite sex in front of you.
Jet Grind Radio is about is about inline skating and grinding
Oh,
on things
okay.
and spreading graffiti.
It's not about the dating app.
Sorry, I was
No.
too busy reading about the Sims sweatshop. You forgot to mention that they're all in hot dog costumes.
Oh, I did forget to mention
Why-
that.
why would you
It's
leave
the
that
employee
out?
uniform. Forgot.
And the
Um,
lady's name is Miss Jubblies. That's running the sweatshop.
So I think that's all I played. I can't remember anything else. All right. Let us get to the Twitter question and Mom Brain. You will be set free after music.
She's in her own personal
Mom Brain,
sweatshop
are you
right
here?
now.
Come back.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Mom
looking at
Brain.
your phone. I thought you were just like staring longingly at your hand.
What is a hand?
I will
to-
lay
What
on
is
it
this
as I
thing?
sleep.
To choke myself.
Whoa.
Question: in honor of Pokemon festivities, what's your favorite Pokemon out of the original 151? Tell us your top pick and why. So, if you didn't answer, too late. G-Mansar is the first
Right.
comment, and he says, "Not Daisy."
She's not even a Pokemon. Doesn't
King-
even apply.
the famous King Broly. King,
Do you even know what Pokemon are?
King Broly says the starter I went with when I picked the game, Bulbasaur. He says Bulbasaur.
Oh.
He's number one. Vanilla Kahlua says Snorlax because he can sleep during a battle and roll over in his sleep and knock out the opponent. I will also sleep. By the way, there's a Snorlax pillow coming out. That's
Yes,
a giant,
I saw that.
giant pillow, like one of those things, like a sumo thing. And it's over $400, but it's humongous. So
So we're all going in on it, right?
you can sleep on a Snorlax. Yep. Techno Charmander says, somehow I loved Poliwhirl back in the Gen 1 days, mostly due to the sound of its localized name, Paputzi. Malik Halo says Vaporeon, sorry, because he's some kind of weird fish dog thing. I know, I can see him exactly in my head. Moldy Clay says Psyduck. He's nuts and powerful when he's super confused in the anime. All day, every day. Radical Defect says, when I was young, I made up a powerful dragon Pokemon. I called it Dragonite before I knew that one already existed.
So I changed his name to Blue Eyes White Dragon.
I was just talking about this with
Oh
Mom
my
Brady the other day.
God.
My cousin's kids were talking about how they had their Yu-Gi-Oh card stolen,
Aw.
and
By a neighbor.
they were saying recently they were talking about like wanting to play again, and I was like, I was just saying I wanted to play, but I was looking into like how much it costs to get a good set, and it's ridiculous. So. But then I brought up Blue Eyes White Dragon because I used to yell at him on Brain all the time. I think I need to get back
Like
into it.
pop out
Yeah, out of
from-
nowhere, I just screamed Blue Eyes White Dragon because that's what he would yell in the cartoon. It was like the best card at the time. You'd be like, "Oh crap, Yu-Gi-Oh is going to lose," and he'd be like, "Blue Eyes White Dragon," and put it out on the table, and the guy's like,
So we'd be like at the mall, and I'd come out of a dressing room, and he'd be like, "Boy, it's my dragon!"
I'm surprised it didn't give you like a heart attack.
and I was saying to Mom Brain now, just a few months ago, I was at Target to look at the newest cards to see what like the big thing was, and it was like Rainbow Eyes Super Mega Dragon, and I don't know what it was. I was like,
I mean, but it's still kind of the
yes.
same.
Haydock says, I like Ditto because he can be any Pokemon and also gets around, if you know what I'm saying.
Don't trash Ditto like that.
Terry Estep says, Sandslash is my favorite. I love the claws and quills, and I recently bred a shiny for my team. Ooh, a shiny. Yeah, I like the way that one looks too. Very cute. Damn Bunny says, can't spell badass without the letters from Electabuzz's name. Well, that's true, I guess. 753 says Mew because she was the first mythical Pokemon, and I'll never forget swapping rumors at school on how to get it. Yes, I remember those rumors too. Pick Cheetos says Mewtwo because he has an awesome backstory and he's just badass. Mazzle says, look at my profile and you will know. Psyduck. It's Psyduck.
Yeah, of course.
Biohazard Fans 07 says, I love them all, but Scyther is badass. I like Scyther too. Thib B says, I've always loved Poliwhirl, mainly because it's blue, and it seems to be a nice Pokemon. What a lovely reason. Alex Santa Maria says, Charizard, nothing beats fire blasting fools in Gen 1, all the way through the sick dragon mega evolution later on. That's true. He's still going strong. Super Doe says, Growlithe, because he's literally a fire dog. Piplup says, Blastoise. I've always loved the water-type Pokemon, but I also love Articuno just as much. Or Articuno. No, it's Articuno. Century Sager says, most likely Charizard because he looks like a dragon and because fire is for men. Video Game Guru says, Blastoise is my favorite because I like water types and it is the best water type in first gen. Ginger King says, Gengar. Gotta love that dastardly grin, I think he meant to say. David Adams says, Venusaur. I got so attached to that thing playing Pokemon Red. I hear you, my friend. Rystar640 says, Snorlax. They eat and they sleep and they repeat. Something I can relate to. Martin Stuff says, Eevee.
Eevee!
Because it's so
woo!
flippin' adorable.
Yeah.
No more
Eevee.
Spearows says, coughing. He's the happiest ball of poison gas there is, even when he's exploding. He does so with a smile. Yep. Fullerbot says Oddish because he is an odd radish.
Oh, Oddish.
TMNT Squirtle says
Squirtle.
Squirtle.
That might be my favorite.
Oh.
actually.
Squirtle was the first one, and I'm a big fan of TMNT. Turtle and Turtle. It makes sense.
Turtle and turtle.
Dutch Poets.
Oh.
Dutch Poet says, I have a poster on my door of the 151 for years, and this Japanese Mew edition Nintendo DS. So Mew it is. Yeah, I had that same poster on my
Yeah.
door.
Big long one.
Cube Enigma says
Yeah.
Gengar
Poster?
Yeah.
because he's the best ghost
Big
type.
smooth poster.
GK14 Music says Raichu. He's adorable, but a lot stronger than Pikachu. I love everything about his design. Blake Borden says tough choice between Charizard and Mew. Like a person above mentioned, the trick to get Mew was unforgettable. The Roast Grief says
I like that.
it's a tie between Gengar and Mewtwo. I just can't decide. Slider 0806 says Farfetch'd. There you go. Such a cool Pokemon. Good episode of the show. Underappreciated. Paunchberry says Tropius because it's a dinosaur that grows bananas from its chin.
What?
Roth Sophie says my favorite was Eevee. I drew my own version inspired by it back in the day, and he included the drawing. Very
Let
nice.
me see.
You're gonna have to peek your head around. I can't move it.
Oh, great job.
Great job.
Drake Gamer says, I've always liked Dragonite, maybe because he was one of the last evolutions before I got 150, or was cool at the Elite Four. Draug 419 says Jolteon because it's the coolest evolution. Andy T. Monaghan says Pikachu for me. He was as popular with me as Mickey Mouse or Mario in terms of recognizable and beloved characters.
Oh, remember the talking like Pikachu you could
Hey, you
get?
Pikachu? Or the toy?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
I had that thing and it
Oh my
was
God.
dope. And then I also had the Pokedex.
There's a
It
guy
was
that took
great.
that toy and he like modded it with like spikes and stuff. And now like when you go to, it's got dials on it too, and it says it does all kinds of like weird frequencies. So when it talks, it's like it's real weird and scary and nightmares.
I don't want to see that.
No, you will.
I prefer
In your nightmares.
to remember the one.
The nice one.
Yeah.
The Goomba says Gengar because he's got an awesome, creepy Gen 1 smile. He does. Kylo Ren says Blastoise. I don't know. I just really like Blastoise.
What do you want from me?
Sage Fur says Dragonite because, well, he's a dragon and he has pseudo-legendary in the first gen and because he was my first level 100. Andrew Slop says Mewtwo! Fenrir says Scyther. I mean, it's a ninja with blades as arms. That's a very good point. Tasty Noodle says always Eevee, not even for its evolution line, purely from cuteness. I've carried that reason for 17 to 18 years now. Darkrai Warlord says Pinsir has always been my number one, first gen or not. So him. I don't appreciate your answer. Yoshi Star Baxter says can't go wrong with the king. Nidoking, that is. He was my main man back in the good old stadium days. Dark WDX says Magmar. Magmator is my favorite Pokemon in general. Heartbox Plus says Gengar. I like the simplicity and mischief of its design and the idea of it being Clefable's shadow. I do like that little tidbit. Finally, the core says Mewtwo because he is different and the most powerful Pokemon ever created. Ever. All right, Mom Brain.
Okay.
It's time for some music.
Now bear with me because I had some internet trouble and I'm just not, I can't promise anything. First song comes from,
Oh, trouble right off the bat.
oh no, Raj Chaos.
All right, well, it's a Street Fighter. Street Fighter 2. Smash Brothers?
A smash on the Wii U from Raj Chaos. You're gonna love this one. Comes from Bowling for Bear.
Oh, one of my favorites.
You know?
Oh my God, love it. I want to say there's an episode of Angry Video Game Nerd where he's dancing to this song. pretty sure there is. This is Gyromite.
Such a good song.
It is good. It's just happy and fun and bouncy. Let's let the whole thing go. It's not long. Not a lot of people got to hear it because it was Rob the Robot related.
Yes.
What does Rob stand for?
I have no idea.
Robotic Operating Buddy.
Aww.
That's my favorite part of the song. God, it's such a good song.
This is like the soundtrack to your life.
That's what I hear all day, every day.
Yeah, I just picture Romy walking down the street, just like walking around the P-Bird Mall.
Yeah.
All right, that's the whole
Like a
song.
pizza. Yeah.
A thin crust Domino's, like we enjoyed last night.
Or a stuffed crust.
Yeah, that's what I could go for.
I gotta replace all those
Yeah, the
electrolytes.
imitator
I
last
sweat
night. We
out.
need the king. Barbara, next song, please.
I can go for stuffed crust pizza Hut.
We'll go get it.
I'll go get it.
No.
So,
They don't got a whip.
so that was
Ride my whip to the hut.
that was from Bowling for
me my
Bear,
whip to the hut.
and it was Gyromite. This one comes from Johnny 2900.
Johnny. This is Rhythm Heaven. Fever. Wubba dubba dubba, is that true?
I know. Whoa, big, big guy.
Wubba dubba dubba, is that true? Whoa, you go big guy. Yeah. Good.
We gotta listen to it.
Oh, I wish I had the lyrics.
Keep singing it.
Impose for the press.
Post for the fans, right? Then there's another one that says
Post for the press.
Is it just the,
The press are taking pictures.
Oh, I thought it was supposed for the fans.
Oh, maybe it is.
I think it's both. The post
Sure,
for the
it's
press,
both.
The fans?
for the fans. Yeah, and he's like, all right. So that was Heavenly Rhythms, and that was from Johnny 2900. Here comes one from Hylian Hero LOZ.
Tetris, but one of the other songs. B.
Yeah.
Tetris B theme. I don't know. No, C. This is C.
Tetris B move. I don't know what. I know it's
You know, when you needed to spice it up in Tetris songs.
No, no, please.
No, yes, you did.
No.
Oh, keep it playing. Let's get to the beautiful part. That's also
Oh, wait, was this
It's too sad.
Game Boy Tetris.
this was Game Boy Tetris?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
A,
remember
B,
this
and
song.
C. Yeah.
That was from Hylian Hero LLC.
What was the other song?
Something like that, right?
It was
Dun, 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 dun.
Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum. Yeah, you're right. That's the one. I like how you're looking at me like a mad person.
She's trying to seduce you.
Listen, if you're gonna seduce me with Tetris music, it's the C theme, okay?
It's Tetrasphere is what would seduce you because you like.
Oh, that's true. I
Tetrasphere.
do like that. Yeah.
All right, this one comes from Alien Boy VA. Quack. Quack.
This is what's gonna be playing in my whip when I roll to the hut.
What is this? This system?
Wii U. Ghost Rider. Reminds me of Ghost Rider.
This is Wii U. Is this a downloadable game?
I think you can download it.
It makes me feel like it would be a Dateline intro for an episode of Dateline.
Yeah, right?
1997.
I can hear it. There's no such
I
thing.
might. That's true.
It's first party.
Is it Nintendo Land again? Like it land like last time?
First party? What is this? This isn't like Xenoblade Chronicles, is it?
That's first party.
Oh, published by them. Oh yeah, Mommy Soft works with them. I'll call it first party. It's like another retro situation. I don't know.
I'm still.
I can't place it at all. Go ahead.
Super Mario Maker.
Oh.
Super Mario Maker. You got them, Alien Boy VA.
I feel bad about
Got
that
us.
one. Does he tell you what music that is?
No. I mean, I just closed it, so
So yes, but no.
so I don't know. This one comes from Andy the Zombie.
I know this. I definitely know this.
Rob Zombie video game.
Oh, system. Is this Single Play Chronicles?
Yeah.
I was like, why not? Yeah, this is the battle music. That's funny that I guessed that before.
That was Xenoblade Chronicles X, and it came to us from Andy the Zombie.
Andy.
Andy. Andy. Here comes one from Guy Bonds.
Daisy's thing?
That's the answer. Guy Bonds is
Never mind, never mind.
Guy Bonds, you're innocent.
Sounds like it could be Super Nintendo. Man, I love it.
I'm feeling it, whatever it is.
What's this one?
64.
This is good for 64, man. Quest 64.
No.
Ogre Battle 64. Sounds like it's like an RPG. Is it an RPG?
I don't know. I mean, it could be. Pokemon.
Too hardcore for Pokemon.
It might be a fighting game.
Okay.
I feel like Guy Bonds told me, and I
Fighting warrior god, one of the
WrestleMania 2000.
War gods.
Yeah, I don't think it's War God.
No, it doesn't sound like it at all.
Why not make the
Oh,
Dark
there-
Ages either?
Yeah, right? Such crappy fighting games on the 64.
I actually like Mace. I used to, and then I
Yeah, I need to
realized
realize it.
it's probably not as good as I remember at all.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
it was Fighter's Destiny.
Oh boy, see another really crappy one. Yeah,
That was from Guy Bonds.
There weren't really any good fighting games on the 64.
there was a Mortal Kombat, like it was good.
There
But,
was WrestleMania 2000.
oh yeah, wrestling games.
Yeah, we're not counting wrestling.
Yeah. N64 is the greatest platform ever for wrestling games. It's the best wrestling games of any system, without a doubt.
Here comes one from
Are you
Denby.
being sarcastic?
No, I honest to God mean that.
I believe.
We were doing well.
This isn't Shadowgate, is it?
No.
I can't even place if it's NES or Game Boy. I'm gonna say NES.
It is NES.
Okay. Well, it's not a Mega Man game. I know that.
It's not, but I think it is Capcom.
Is it a license?
Yep.
Okay. Capcom license. What do we got? Tailspin?
Nope.
The Little Mermaid.
Nope.
Michael Jackson.
Darkwing Duck?
No.
Chip and Dale.
No.
Oh, I really thought I had it on that one. Is it Disney?
Yeah.
Did they make? Was there a version of Aladdin?
No, there was on the Genesis.
I don't think there was.
I guess,
Okay, what do we got? Lion King?
No.
That wasn't Capcom. God damn it. What else was in Disney? Gargoyles?
No.
What else was in Disney Afternoon?
we covered everything. It's not DuckTales.
DuckTales 2. It's DuckTales 2.
Oh, it's DuckTales 2.
I completely forgot
Is
there
it
was a DuckTales.
DuckTales?
Yeah, I
2.
never played
Right.
DuckTales 2.
DuckTales 2 Glumgold's Revenge.
Wait,
Well
do
done,
we,
Kirby.
do we,
I'm
all
counting
right, okay, good.
Yeah, I never played it, but I'm sure it was great.
Woo!
So that was DuckTales 2 from Denby. Here comes one from Wired.
I hate it. I hate it a lot.
Oh,
Suck
never get it.
I
Sort
don't
of like
think so.
Bible game with Jesus. That's what this sounds like.
No, but we would know what that is because we
Yes.
played a lot of that game.
Little Red Hood?
It is.
Oh my god.
Is it what?
Little Red Hood. I was thinking of the Angry Video Game Nerd episode.
Wow, very
I must have
good.
just watched it recently. That's why I recognize the voice.
Herbie, that was a 1 in a million.
Great job.
Well done.
Man, what a terrible game that looks like.
That was Little Red Hood from Wired.
God, that might be the most impressive guess we've ever had on the
It
whole
was-
music.
Great
trivia.
job.
I really lucked out this time.
All
I
right.
lucked out by knowing that song and not having to actually play that game.
We have one last song, and it comes to us from Piplup-Water.
You said it like this was special.
It's not. I mean, it is because it's a song.
Your dancing.
Scary. They're so chaotic.
The panic. The panic's
Not-
toxic
not
dance. Hey, you're
quite right.
Having fun.
I don't know you're having fun. You're having fun.
Fun. We're making a movie for your family. Let
It's a Barbie game or a Home Alone game or a Simpsons game.
No, but it is like this.
Yeah, it's got that crappy sound to it.
Crunchy.
It's a crappy license game. I knew it. Yeah, why do we know that? What song is that? The other crap is drowning out what the song is. Damn it, why do we both know that for? This crap is higher and higher.
Yeah, no, it's Ghostbusters 2.
It is.
Because we figured out the horrible version of that
Oh my
song.
god. Yeah, it's
God, I was like,
Higher and Higher by Otis Redding, Wilson Pickett.
oh man!
That's what that
I like how at that
Yeah,
one
that's what it
part,
was supposed to be.
I like how at that one part the whole
Great
that song clicked with us. We both recognized the one part.
Um,
Man, that is a real crap version of that song.
So,
8 out of 10.
yeah, you got 8 out of 10, and that was from Piplup-Water.
I'll
by the
take it.
way.
Nice.
Mom Brain, thanks for doing the music.
You're
Where can
welcome.
people send their tunes to?
People can send their tunes to gnpodcastmusic@gmail.com. That's GN
Ends in Nancy.
podcastmusic@gmail.com.
Thanks, Mom Brain. That's great.
And on that note, I'd like
Good
to
night.
leave you all with a song.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Have a wonderful Pokemon day. I hope you're enjoying your Gen 1 memories. Bustin'? All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
It's something strange. Sleeping in your bed.
This is completely ruined the original for me because I like this one so much better.
It's something weird.
Good.
Sleeping in your bed. Oh, let me tell you something. Bustin' makes me feel good. Bustin', 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 feel good.
Man, I love this.
You see things sleeping in your bed.
HH Big Boss says this is how every podcast should end.
Invisible man sleeping in your bed. Let me tell you
Me up
something.
in the morning, and I'll be all
That's the picture of this bustin'? Yes. Definitely. All right, guys. We got a little bit of after show left. If you have any questions.
If wants to pick a fight about Daisy.
Oh, my brain, stop the music. Please. question for you.
Freaky ghost.
Andre,
man.
tell us your thoughts
Freaky
on
man.
Fuller House so far.
Oh god.
I absolutely adore it.
Oh.
I think it's like we never left. It felt like, you got that friend that you don't talk to for like a while, and then you get together and it's like no time ever passed between you.
Mm.
That's how this felt. It was great. It was really, really great.
I'm glad
Scale
you
1 to
enjoyed
10?
I gave it a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
What if it's a friend?
After you had a moment?
After I had a moment.
it. So you would recommend it to fans of the show?
Yeah, if you're a fan of Full House.
I think if you're a fan of Full House and you fully recognize what Full House was and how bad it was, then I think you'll be perfectly fine with
Okay.
this.
Yeah, it's great.
But so like, how old was I when that was on?
Jeez.
Uh,
5 to 6.
26, 27?
So like there was a part of me that like watched that and was like, that's what a real family's like. And believed it. Like I really thought that,
I mean, yeah, I used to watch Full House a lot, and even when I was watching it, I knew it wasn't good, but it was just something about it was like you said, comforting.
Yeah.
It was fine. Like Boy Meets World, although I would argue that's a better show, but I still recognize it's not a good show. But it was the right type of show at the right type of moment and hit those feels.
No.
It just that your Full House is my Boy Meets World.
Your Full Houses. Full Houses.
And
SC Siguro has the best answer to any of this. He says, I like dinosaurs.
Yeah.
The TV show.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Can we talk about how dinosaurs had like the most depressing
Ending?
finale
Right?
of any show ever?
Holy
Did they go extinct?
guacamole.
Yeah, pretty
And-
much.
It was based on truth.
Well, yeah. But
Oh,
I mean, like,
Rocket.
they'll just gather around and they're staring at the window
What you
at
didn't
their
know is
demise.
the dinosaurs caused it by polluting
Yep.
the earth with the
Just
with
like
their
us,
industry.
guys. Just
Where are
like
the
us.
dinosaurs? Rocket says, Topanga.
Topanga.
You are a smart man. All right, we're done. Export's done. After show's
Bye,
over.
everybody.
Goodbye,
Bye,
everybody. We'll
Oh, I
see you
thought you
next
were
week.
waiting.
Have a lovely weekend. We'll see you soon.
Bye, Chris.
Goodbye.